What's up folks, I am Sol and welcome to a game that we have never played before on the channel, Stonehearth. This is an old game now that hasn't been updated in several years, by which I mean I think 2019 was its last update, but I've been playing it more recently with a few mods, and I still think it's a really fun game. The mods I'm using are a template, just because I didn't fancy building one myself, the Authorized Community Expansion mod, which is a really big mod in terms of fixing bugs and stuff. There are still some issues. For instance, with these mods, the UI seems to slow down and break after about 3 hours playing, so you have to reload the game completely, but your save files are still intact. We're using Beam, Hearthling stats customization, extra map options, glowy windows, low music at high tiers, mod repairer, Nordling mod, and swords and plowshares, which allows your defenders to do worker things. So save and quit to menu. This is a very fun game. We're going to be the Ascendancy. I'm not a new player, but we're still going to do these things, but we're going to play on hard difficulty. This is the story of a brave band of settlers from the Ascendancy, a prosperous and industrious kingdom. Seeking new lands and adventure, they set off to the Darkmoor Forest, a location that is sure to be a daunting place to start anew. And we start with 5 Hearthlings. I'm going to design these. One of the goals of this series is to finish all of the story, have a maximum tier settlement, and have some cool builds. We're going to have a Lord character, which is a job that the Nordling mod adds, and if that character dies, we lose. This is on hard mode, so all the challenges will be considerably harder. I will pause the recording, design the roster, they will all be balanced and not overpowered in any way, shape or form, and I will see you very shortly. And here we go, these are our 5 Hearthlings. I've only used the unlock attribute and trait restrictions to craft Cassius Sol, both my self-insert and our Lord. Any Hearthling that we get at any point with the passionate trait about any job, we will try and get them into that job as quickly as possible. All of these guys are generated exactly as they were. I will adjust these stats slightly on Loken Timber, who has got Heart of Crafter. I just clicked the randomise button until I found an appearance and a set of traits that I liked for each. So we have Cassius Sol, who is a courageous, charismatic lord. He will be in charge of our settlement. If he dies, game over. April Brightmore, who I think I will make into a herbalist and / or cleric, because these are some good traits. We've got Doran Steele. I did write out all of the names. That's the only thing that I personally set up about these. We've got Doran Steele, a courageous Keonophile. Aslan Freywind, a green thumb, who is also a hothead. She will be a farmer, because that is a very nice trait to have. And, of course, Loken Timber, who will be our carpenter. Now then, as it is hard mode, I need to have the ability to start with the military. I think I'm going to do a merchant caravan, so that we can get a trapper, a footman, a mason, and a herbalist, in addition to a carpenter, as comes as standard for all Ascendancy starts. We could be a military expedition to get a footman and an archer, or a noble entourage for a cook and a blacksmith, but I think this one will be the most useful. So let's start. We are going to play in a standard world. Wherever you click, it generates all of the land that is highlighted. We want somewhere with a good amount of minerals, a good amount of trees, and a good amount of wildlife. I'm not particularly fond of this map, so I might just hit roll new. And we'll see where we go. Now this is interesting. If we were to build in this little pocket here, we would be protected from many threats. They would have to come to us through the tunnels we dig outwards. And if we roll well on our traders, we could even get lucky and put portcullises in there to further protect them. I haven't played on hard difficulty, but I know it will be, well, hard. We are going to need to be very careful about how we use the wood and other supplies that we have. I think that this is going to be a good place to settle. We can use the interior bit here, and hopefully we'll survive. Loading very slowly. Yes, yes. And here we go. This is Stonehearth, a game set in the world of Hearth. And yeah, we just are here trying to make a new colony. Oh, that's very nice. It has this map has spawned us with a meteorite. I won't spoil what that can be used for, but it's very, very nice. What else? What other landmarks do we have? We've got this thingy here. I don't know what it is or what it does, but that is a landmark. I think that might be it. A meteorite and the swirly thing. Right, so we have a nice flat area down here, which could be good to build from. We've got our little pocket in here, which is where I will build. Although there's not much space. And there's bears. Right, that will be a problem. I guess we just start on the opposite side of the area and hope for the best. Can I see any resources, any ores in the walls? I don't think that's visible at this stage. Well, you can see mushrooms, so you should be able to see ores, but no, definitely can't see any ores. Okay, they're generated based on where you start. So, I'm going to plop down the banner here, and there we go. Okay, it's only a brown bear, it's not a feral bear. We should be able to deal with that if we need to. Which we will need to, but hopefully not just yet. Right, I have not unpaused the game yet. We have 5 people, and we're going to start assigning them jobs. Right, so Cassius Sol is a lord, so we need to assign him to be a footman, then we can immediately promote him to the lord. So we're going to do that. Loken Timber, you're going to be our carpenter, so you're going to be carpenter. Aslan Freywind, I will make you a farmer, but I can't do that just yet, because I don't actually have the tool to make a farmer. We need a farmer's hoe, which a carpenter can craft, I think at level 1. I could make her a trapper, but I'm not going to do that because it's a much less efficient way of getting stuff set up. So, with those 3 starting jobs assigned, let's harvest some trees. And some berries while we're at it. And do we have any ores in the walls around here? Oh, there's some tin there. That'll be useful early on. We can make bronze with that and copper. I think that's it. That's not good. Oh, we've also got some tin down here right next to us, which is good. But I need copper. There's iron. Oh, there's mithril there. I don't even know what that's actually used for, other than making mithril ingots, which you can sell for very good value. Yeah, I don't see any copper. This could be a challenge. But let's unpause. And those 3 Hearthlings that we've assigned jobs to are going to go and collect their jobs. There we go, level 1 footman, level 1 herbalist, level 1 carpenter. Sol, change jobs, you're now going to be a lord. Do we not have the deed of rights yet? Oh. Interesting. Okay, good. Because we have a herbalist, we can immediately capture those bees. They will come in handy later. Also going to take out all of these stumps. We want to clear some space for us to do building. And the first thing we're going to want to build... Now, you can design your own buildings. I am not very good at this, so I'm just going to use the standard ones for now. I will design my own buildings later, but at the moment, this will do. Let's build that. And let's also go to the crafting menu here. Build another carpenter's workbench. And a splitting block. And also let's put a hoe at the top of our menu so we can get another. A strange bird. An odd bird arrives with a letter in its beak, stamped with the official seal of the Ascendancy. The bird also carries a name tag which reads Harold. A letter from the capital. Dear Expedition 52, I hope this letter finds you well. Yada yada yada. Capital liaison. Founding of your outpost. I trust that you've had ample time to choose a name on your journey. As you know, every new settlement must choose a banner. This banner reflects your spirit and vision and the uniting factor which brought the expedition together. What future did you foresee when you embarked on your quest? Let's just place one carpenter's workbench there while we're doing this, so our carpenter can start, well, working properly, and also place these tents so that our Hearthlings have somewhere to sleep. Hold in your mind a vision of what your town will one day be. Your banner will set that course, but it is up to you to finish it. Choose well, my friends. I eagerly await your reply. Yours, Mer Burleyhands. Okay, well, the name, we're going to be called Solhaven. Partially because our lord is Cassius Sol, and partially because I am Sol. We can choose the Banner of Vitality to get more wood from trees and plants and crops growing faster and having more appeal. We can do the Banner of Strength to get more ore, stone and clay, which we will be doing. It's a very, very useful to have that. And Banner of Cunning for trade. No, we're going to be the Banner of Strength. And now everybody is going to gather around here so that we have a ceremony underway. Hello, Harold. Special delivery, duck duck. And there we go. Right, now we have the right to rule, the deed of rights here, and we're going to promote Cassius Sol to be our lord. Which frees up his practice sword so that we can make another footman, which I will do. Now, with the Swords and Plowshares mod, footmen are basically just workers that can also fight, which is exceptionally useful. And there we go, we have a military. 2/5 of our population currently are employed as our military. The bird squawks, a tiny backpack. You're not sure how you missed it before, but the bird is wearing a tiny backpack. It contains a note which reads, a little help, something to help you celebrate, along with 2 carrot juice, 3 roast sausage, 3 cornbread, 1 white beer, and 2 peasant salads. That's very useful to get us some early food, which means we can recruit some more people. We'll probably only be able to get 1 or 2 more Hearthlings before we need to wait a while we get our food up and stable. I really hope you're making, yes, the farmer's hoe, good. Because we need a farmer very, very early. I'm also going to place down these 4 herbalist planters. These are just temporary measures to get us some herbs for the herbalist to, well, make stuff with. Because I am noticing that there are not a lot of herbs around here at all. We've got mushrooms, which are a very early source of food, and that's very good. But yeah, it's just mushrooms, and then there's bears. 3 bears. Bear cub and 2 other ones. So that is a bear cave landmark. Noted. Yeah, there's no herbs in this area. Are there any over here? No, but there is another bear cave. Oh, is that a... No, there's more mushrooms. And you typically find herbs down by the rivers. But there isn't much water on this map. So possibly herbs are going to be an area where we really struggle to get our feet under us. And they are... Okay, there's some daisies here. But that's not as useful. There we go. Bright Bell for healing herbs. Sage for mild or zesty. Daylily for mild. Okay, we're going to need to set up some ladders so we can get over there and mine and harvest those. We've already got our carpenter's hut about a third built. Loken Timber, how are you doing? Slowly, but you are doing. We already have a farmer's host, so Aslan Freywind, congratulations. I need a farmer. Herbalist, please tell me I can just immediately start planting. Whew, I can. Now what we need first of all is healing herbs, so Brightbell is the only one I have access to at the moment. Healing herbs are used to craft healing recipes and a whole lot of other things. They are vital. Let's also designate just a temporary stockpile over here. We do have our cart, but that's already pretty full, so it's a good idea to have somewhere to place things. I'll also put some temporary... Actually, no, let's not do temporary farms. Let's do permanent farms. Let's put a farming area over here. So let's cut down these trees. Our settlement is going to be in this area here. I'm going to eventually build a wall here, and this area here will be where all of our buildings are. But that's a long way in the future. For now, we're just going to build up our carpenter's house, place down some farms. Whoops. With some... what season is it? It is summer. So what we have next coming up is autumn and winter, so let's place some turnips there. And when this tree is gone, I'll place another field there for some carrots. So we have a bit of variety. Always good to have variety. Now we are also going to need some stone. So let's set up a mining area. And let's do that. Where would be a good place to mine? Well, there's ores here, so we may as well go in there. But I will quickly take a look with the heat maps to see if I can find... Oh, there's some ore over here. It doesn't tell me which ore, but there is some. And there's tons of ore here. Again, it doesn't tell me what ore specifically. Oh, that's the mithril, right. Well, that's nice. We'll have a lot of mithril. There's ore in here. Now, the nice thing about this tool is that you can just explore. I think that is copper. Yes, it is. Excellent. So we'll make our first mine here. We'll place down a ladder so we can get up. Our Hearthlings can get there. And we will also mine out some of this tin. Because, as I'm sure some of you are aware, if you want to make bronze, you need both tin and copper. We're not going to set up too much orders for our 5 Hearthlings, because they will get overwhelmed. And it will just take a really long time to do it. Now, as you can see, we've got 4 Hearthlings currently sleeping. It's only Loken Timber, nope, Doran Steel, who is currently building. So let's speed up the passage of time for a while. The weather is an important thing to worry about. In summer, we have a lot of hot days, which is a problem. I could have started in spring, that would have been slightly easier. But this isn't about an easy game. This is about a challenging game and a fun game. We could very well end up losing this game. I won't reload if our entire settlement dies. There is an event that allows you to continue on with 1 Hearthling for a while, and I might try that if it comes to it, but hopefully it won't. What this does mean, though, is that I will be focusing on my military very, very early on. Let's go for that, and let's just do Brightbell. We only need healing herbs for now, because we can do a lot with healing herbs. I will eventually need to find noxious herbs, so we can make antidotes for when our Hearthlings inevitably get poisoned by various things. But for now, healing will suffice. And it will take them about 2 days to grow, in which time we should finish building this, and hopefully clear out some more of these trees. Now, jobs determine what things people can do. Neither our farmer nor our herbalist can actually build or mine. They can harvest trees, they can carry resources, and they can do their jobs. They cannot mine or build. Our carpenter cannot mine, but he can build. Our footman and lord can do all of them, but not while they're doing their jobs. Daily update. We will grab this Hearthling, Mel Stroden. Oh my word, invaders already. It's day 2. I've got a Pluvia file, 2 mind, 2 body, 5 spirit. I'm not sure what this person will be good for, so for now we'll leave her as a worker. Oh, okay, they're endlings. They can't actually get to us. And even if they could, they aren't a threat. But what they are is a good opportunity to train up our people. So we will go and do it. And what's more, I will, when that ladder is built, I will immediately set both Doran and Cassius to be able to do their jobs. They will go fight these Entlings and gain experience. The quicker they level up, the better, because then they can do more useful things. The only issue is, this order is relatively down the queue, but if you see here, okay, you're going to build the ladder, so you are going to do your job. Going to select our combat party, and they're going to engage the Entlings. There are 5 Entlings. This shouldn't be a threat even if we only had 1 soldier, but we have 2. Yeah, there we go. 1 is down. They will do damage, and wounds are serious, which is why I went for this start, because it's the only one that allows me to start with a Herbalist, and the Herbalist is the healer. Just regular injuries aren't anything to worry about, because they will go away. Your Hearthling will heal, but if they get a wound, a scratch, or a bruise, well, we need to have the healing supplies around to mend that. Which, frankly, we won't have for now. Log Splinterer. Well done, Cassius Soul. You're proving your worth already. And he's requiring medical attention because he's a little injured. It's okay if he doesn't get any at the moment. He will heal on his own from these injuries. I will now also remove this ladder. We don't need to be up here. At least not yet. Our Herbalist is going to collect these bees, which is good. You level 2 yet? No. Right, that's because you're building. We don't want you to be doing that. We want you to be leveling up as a carpenter. So you're not allowed to build, or remove a ladder, or do anything except craft. Can you even craft anything else? Ah, right, that's why. He can't craft anything at the moment. Oh, let's pause. Astrologer Karina. A woman distractedly walks towards the town while scanning the horizon with a spyglass. Suddenly, she's startled by everyone. Oh, Merlin's beard. Did you fall from the sky? No, wait, you look quite normal. Yes, I'm sorry. I must have trespassed without noticing. Retracts her spyglass into a smaller form and pockets it, making sure her conical hat is in place before waving to everyone with both hands. Hello, I am Karina from the Astrologer's Guild. Now, I've done this before, and I don't fancy reading through all of the things, but basically... maybe I'm a bit distracted. Sorry about that. Perhaps we did indeed meet before. If so, am I safe to assume that you already know the secrets of meteorites, shooting stars, and the art of crafting star steel? She grins, a bit embarrassed for being confused, because if you do, I'll just hang around for a bit and leave in the morning. Otherwise, I could tell you all about it all right now. Now, obviously, we're going to say yes, and this is why I'm very happy that there is a meteorite on this map. It means that we can make star steel, which is a very powerful ingot. You can use it to sell for a lot of money, or you can use it to craft star steel longswords, which are amazing for your knights, lords, and footmen. Yes, we found a meteorite. Something better. And obviously we do need a blacksmith to craft these, but this weapon is the single best one-handed weapon in the game that I've encountered. And it's brilliant. We're going to try and get a blacksmith as quickly as we can, which shouldn't be too hard if we look here. We do need a... We will need a blacksmith's hammer, which is crafted by a mason, so we do need a mason. Which means we need somebody with high mind to level up faster. The other stats don't really matter. So Mel Stroden, you're alright. If I don't get anybody better, I will make you our mason. And the only day I'm going to have to get somebody better is the next one. Because I don't want to run the risk of not having a mason before long. We can't go too long relying on just a carpenter as our crafter. And a herbalist, I suppose, but they don't really craft much. Right, I see. Because... Is he even regenerating health? He should be based on his willpower. Increases health regeneration. Okay, good. His willpower isn't very high, which is a problem, but he is regenerating health slowly. We should see this number go up as I keep him selected while our people build things. Let's also place down just a little hut for our farmer. Yeah, a tiny cottage will be fine. Let's just place it right here. Oops. We just need a bed and some other things. Start building. It's important that you build things early because you need net worth in order to get more people. And net worth you get from items in your inventory, from buildings you've built, and farming you do. Okay, there we go. We now have a level 2 carpenter, which means he's unlocked a bunch more recipes. He can also make another wooden practice sword to make another footman, which I am going to get him to do right now. I'm also going to get him to craft 3 wooden rough wooden shields, so that our guys are slightly more defended against any attacks against them, of which there will be many. When that stump is removed, we'll place down another field. And I think, yeah, we can now remove this crafting bench because he's got another one in his house and we don't need to have 2 of the same thing. Do we have a splitting block? Yes, we do. This is going to be useful so we can make firewood, which is a good resource to have. I'm also going to assign him this bed here in his house. It's always good to have your Hearthlings have an assigned bed. This makes them happier, and happiness makes them move faster. If you look here, we've currently got some jubilant people, which increases movement speed by 10%. If they ever drop below this, their movement speed decreases 5% to here. It's normal here, a reduction of 5% there, and a reduction of 10% if they ever become forlorn. If more than 4 of our citizens are ever forlorn at the same time, I will also count that as a loss. What level do you need to be to finish this building? I think it's... yeah, okay, we need to get him to level 3 in order to unlock all the basic stuff he needs to finish this building. Which shouldn't take too long as we have him keep building the basic things. In a day or 2, this bright bell should be enabled tending and harvesting. Come on, that should be enabled as default. These crafters are incredibly inefficient. Each crafter will only produce 1 herb at a time. But our herbalist currently can't do anything without these herbs. So we just have to wait and bear it, I guess. Ooh, that's also a thing that I forgot to do. We need a well. Our Hearthlings need somewhere to drink until we get a brewer, which is far from a priority for me. So let's get them some water. And also let's speed up the passage of time again. We should see these lights come on very quickly. And somebody will come and light the hearth now that it is dark. Yeah, there we go. They're turning on because it's getting dark. I think that's actually an important thing to have on hard mode as well. It's not really a factor on normal, it just affects how much you can see. But I think if they're in the darkness, Hearthlings do actually get sad. They're only sad because they're tired there, but yeah. That's gone, so let's place another farming zone. this time for carrots. April Brightmore is now an apprentice restocker. We'll have a lot of our people gain titles over the course of these videos. Most of them are meaningless. I could disable them. I've decided not to because some of them are really fun. But yeah, let's just get these buildings built up. Hope we will be able to recruit another person in the morning. I think that will be the last one we can recruit for a while though, because this edibles gold will increase. And the more people we have, the more food we need to build it. That is an issue, but it'll be okay, because they'll just build a ladder up. It just means it's a temporary place where they can't do anything. And the farmer is going to sleep, having planted all of, I think, 1 carrot. That's okay, our turnips are in the ground. Nope, no carrots planted. Was that a level up? No? Right, now then, let's look over here. It might be wise for us to go and take on the bears, but I know that they will put up a fight, and I want to have at least some decent equipment before we do this. Steel is now apprentice builder. Okay, he's built all of the shields, so you should have, yeah, a rough wooden buckler equipped, which gives you some defence. It might not be much defence, but each point of defence is very, very useful. This is going to be one of the 2 series that I have ongoing at the moment. It's going to be Stonehearth and the Arthazel series for Lord of the Rings: Realms in Exile for Crusader Kings. Now, I know that I have started series many, many times before, but these 2 series, I think I will be easily able to keep up. Ah, this is brilliant. For Mind. You are going to be our Mason, Rhodes Lessel. And what's more, you, Melstroden, because you have high courage, are going to be a footman. We already have 3 members of our burgeoning military. And I'm also going to take you off of your job so you can actually be useful. Next thing on the list is we're going to move these berry bushes. I'm not going to get rid of them because they will be useful for our people. And any source of food is good. And berries are a reliable source of early game food. If you have enough bushes, which we don't. 4 berry bushes will not feed 7 Hearthlings. But I need them out the way so I can place a mason's hut here. Which I think, yeah, a mason's house. Now the problem for that is that we need stone, but somebody has already begun mining, and we have some stone and shale clay here. I'm going to run a risk here and make Melstroden just do mining, so we can get some stone and ores early. We're going to need them for our people. I'm also going to... You're not quite ready to be harvested yet. It takes a few days, and we're going to have to use the very few limited amounts of herbs we get wisely. I will be using one of them for the herbalist lab. That's good. He can now get a carpenter's workbench to unlock even more recipes, and the rest we'll use to make these healing tonics. That's all we can really do at the moment, which is risky. I will also have my people come and harvest some of these mushrooms. Or apparently all of these mushrooms. Actually, let's just have them undeploy this mushroom. We can turn it into a colony later and plant it to get infinite mushrooms, which is going to be useful. Right, Mason's house. We will eventually be able to unlock upgraded versions of these buildings, which will lead me to destroy the building that exists already and replace it with the new ones, but that's a matter for another time. We won't be unlocking that for a very long time yet. Aslan Freywind stumped. And I also don't like to start too many building projects at once, because it takes longer to get them done. Now, our Mason will take longer to level up than many of our other Hearthlings, because we don't use stone as much. We mostly use wood as our main building resource, as you can tell from our houses here. I will lay out the other house, which is a herbalist's hut. I will put it down about here. Yeah, that'll do. And I'll just queue that up and then pause it, so nobody starts working on it yet, except the crafters. Oh wow, today's a Shooting Stars Day. We might actually get some more meteors. At least little ones. And we've got Sugarbell up here, which is currently useless, but will be a very nice resource to have one day, when we can use sugar. But that day is not for a while yet. Okay, what is going on with this? It needs a wooden chair, a wall lantern, and a door. Okay, those wolves sound like air raid sirens. There we go. The build is finished. That's our first completed building. And it's the little hut for our farmer to live in. Our farmer will gradually level up and unlock new crops. We can also unlock crops of our own by trading with certain traders, but that's not something we need to worry about just yet. The one I'm really needing here is silkweed, so the farmer just needs to level up once so we can get something to use for weaving into clothes and early armour. Normally I wouldn't bother with the weaver before a blacksmith, but I think in this case we're going to need to. Yeah, we can recruit one more Hearthling, and I will do that. There's no reason not to recruit one when we're on hard mode. I fully expect that some of our Hearthlings will die. I have no idea what precisely I should be expecting with hard mode, but I know that it is risky. Right, let's take out those 5 trees, so we can have space for our blacksmith when eventually we get one, which, considering the fact that we already have both tin and copper in a relatively decent supply, may be sooner than we think. There will be a big cluster of copper in there, but that's still a way back, and I don't fancy digging all the way to it. There's also another set of ore here, but there's not a lot around here, and not a lot of... Ooh, there's something here. Is that iron? That's iron! Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, yeah, we're going to rush for a blacksmith. And you are going to be that blacksmith, Luna Killian. What level do you need to be to make a blacksmith's hammer? Level 3. Right. That will be a slight issue. I guess we just want you to build some braziers then. Which he can't do until his workbench is placed, but I'm not in a rush. Let's take out some more of these trees. I will be able to plant more, but considering how densely wooded this area is, I'm not in a rush to do that, because it takes valuable time away from our Hearthlings building and planting seeds and crafting things. Right, because our carpenter is now level 3, we're going to let them do their job properly. And I'm also going to have Mel Stroden come over here and do some mining. Oh, brilliant! That's a short vein to get into. That's actually amazing. It's right here. Yeah, we need to be working on this as quickly as possible. I need just enough copper and tin to get our blacksmiths to level. I think it's 3 that we will want them to be, so they can start making iron gear, which is much better. The issue with that is, of course, that we'll need a footman of a high enough level to equip said gear, but that is a problem for a later day. It's better to have the gear and not be able to use it than need it and not have it. Plus we can make bronze gear for them at lower levels. There's plenty of copper in there, and there is plenty of tin in here. Actually, let's remove that and do that instead, yeah. Right, our herbalist should have crafted their lab. Yes, they have, that's good. So let's... this building's close enough to being finished that I'm going to resume construction on this one. And we've got enough people to support it as well. The berries have regrown, so let's harvest them for some more food. Who are you? Oh, we've got some entlings up here. That's a good opportunity to train up our guys, and frankly, we do need the training. Are you going to go and build the ladder? No. Somebody should. It's far enough away from them that it won't trigger them immediately. Come on, somebody go build the ladder. We want those entlings not to despawn, because we need to, well, destroy them. Have they just despawned? I think they did. Yeah, they're gone. That's a shame. With early invaders, it's a good idea to leave them a path to get to you, so that you can kill them and get the experience. Because that is the only way we can level up our footman and our lord at the moment. And we need them leveled up. They become better fighters, they can use better equipment. It is very much necessary. Now, with our mason, what we can do, when he reaches level 2, is make some stone walls. Which is a decent early game weapon. It's better than the practice sword. Our carpenter should be nearly level 4. Which will be when he can make a weaver's spindle, but we need some bones for that, so we will need a trapper. That might be a good job to put the one that I don't really know what to do with yet. Oh no, I made her a footman, I remember. Well, we will want some firewood. But yeah, you know what, it's a good idea to do that. I'm just going to have you craft 8 of those. Oh, drat. Okay, before that goes too far, I'm going to destroy that building. I'm going to place another one, because I realised that it contains a herbalist's planter, which we can't make use of yet, because we don't have the access to the herbalist to build the things. So let's just get rid of these. There should be 2 more somewhere. Yep, here they are. And everything else in there we can build, so build it. I'm also going to quickly cut across here. Nope, you are not building that. We do still need them to make tiny chunks of dirt for the herbalist exploration garden. But that is... Ooh, invaders. Oh, Okay, that's... Oh, geez. Somebody go break that ladder now. Please. That's bad. They walk slowly, but these guys are a problem. Please, go break that ladder now. Somebody go break the ladder. Oh no. If they get to the ladder, I'm going to have to hit town alert mode and just... I wasn't expecting zombies on day 3. Somebody remove the ladder. Ah, yeah, we can't grow our population again. And we won't be able to for some time. Please, please somebody remove the ladder. Now! That's the thing with this game. You can tell them to do it, but you can't tell them when to do it. I don't think anybody's going to do it. This is going to be a problem. Oh, no, he's going to craft. No. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, well done. A goblin? Oh, my word. Right, okay. Well, goblins are less dangerous than the undead. Let's set our footmen on that. Yeah, okay, they've stopped. They can't pass to us now, but the goblins can. So we need to kill them. There will be a camp. Yeah, here it is. I think there's only 2 goblins at the moment. Oh, there's 3. And they're not trying to destroy, they're trying to steal. This is fine. We can deal with this. It's free XP. There was only one of them that actually wants to fight. The others just want to steal stuff. Oh no, this one apparently wants to fight. Zip, smart one. The rest of our Hearthlings will manage for now, crafting themselves. The undead. The reason I don't want to fight undead is because they give you the undead infection thing that stops you from regenerating health and is just generally very dangerous. I think on hard mode you can only remove it with an undead cordial. So I just have to hope that they don't come back. Is that a duck? It's a duck. A flightless avian who lays giant eggs, eats a little bit of everything. We can eventually use shepherds to keep these guys, which I think we will do. There's one more goblin that we will take out. There's a lot of ducks around here. Now we could go for the bears, but they will deal a lot of damage, and I don't think it's a wise choice right now. But then again, it's better to go after them now and before they turn into feral bears. Okay, let's wait for the stone walls, and then we'll go after the bears. I think 3 Hearthlings should be able to deal with 2 bears relatively easily. One of my normal difficulty campaigns was completely ruined when a group of bears went feral and attacked. They killed my entire village, and this was 19 Hearthlings. 19. I had military with full equipment, and it did not matter one bit. Farmer level 2, there we go, that's what I was waiting for. Well, one of many things I was waiting for. Oh, I don't think we actually need that much silkweed. No, we definitely don't need that much. Let's go for a 11 by 7. I do want to be mindful of how long it takes the farmer to plant and reap crops. Why am I still hearing combat music? Oh right, because those guys are still there. Ooh, coal, more iron, lots of iron. Okay, we've got a lot of iron, so we should be alright on the armour front for a good while when we get a leveled up blacksmith. Speaking of, Mason, how close to levelling up are you? You need to level up at least once more after that. So not very close. You're crafting the last of your braziers. Let's also get you to craft a stone market stand. We're going to need one, so we can get some traders come in. Even if we don't have much to trade at the moment, it's very, very necessary to get them. Hopefully we'll also get an explorer come through with a trade deal. I often see them come with autonomous cricket golems, which are little guys that restock supplies for you. It's really nice and really useful. We've currently got 8 stone braziers. I know it says 7 there, but that's because 1 is in a Hearthlings inventory. We'll use those to light up our roads when we eventually get round to building roads. Which, actually, we can do soon. I think I can just place down the early Hearth town centre. But it really depends where I want to place it. Like, here would be a decent space, actually. We can build a road going off this way, down here, around here. Put something in here. Or just leave the storage there. Now, the wooden window planters, they will look lovely, but I don't want them there. You know what, I'll leave them there. I won't build this yet, I've just placed it for now. Let's speed up time so we get stuff built faster. That won't be enough to level you up, will it, Rose? No. Okay. Just build another 4 of those for me. We can sell those, so that's going to be probably what we end up doing with that. And let's place the stone market stand. Did she not build the market stall? She did. Ah, there it is. Let's just place that right there. If we get a trader spawn on that, which we hopefully will, each morning at most 1 merchant will visit your town. And we can choose what we want to arrive. Now, I'm not going to actually rule out anything. In fact, I'm going to bump up defence. Okay, we've got a mason level 2. And I'm going to bump up wilderness, because that can bring in herbs. What we really don't need is exotic goods and artisans, because we can't afford any of it. Yeah, and now she can make a bunch of stuff here. But we'll still need her to get to level 3 to finish her building, and also to get us the blacksmith unlocked. Those undead will be spawned eventually. If it was just 1, I would have fought it, but it's 3, which is the problem. I also need some stone, just some regular old stone, not ore. So I'm just going to take out that. Okay, yeah, it's going to take her a little while to get to level 3. She is a professor though, so she might help some of the others level up. Professor's a good trait to have. It improves a fellow Hearthling's abilities, but slowly. It also annoys them, because who wants a long-winded explanation of there we go, they've gone. So we get the normal music back. I really want to take out these bears. They are concerning me. They haven't even done anything yet, they're just concerning. But I don't think 3 guys with wooden swords and that will be able to deal with them at all. Our blacksmith is now working on the walls, but they need more stone. So let's have... Where are you? You're not building, you're not harvesting, you're not restocking, you're just mining. We want these small healing tonics ready as quickly as possible. Trader. 7 simple wooden chairs for 2 clay water well pots. You know what, I will accept that. It's not a bad deal. And the carpenter doesn't have too much to be doing. Was it simple wooden chairs? It was. Furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do those first, please. And also, you're no longer doing anything except working on crafting. Okay, we're making food because we have enough planted here. That's good. First merchant, yes. And it's pottery. Not good. Well, it's not bad, but we don't need pottery. What we can do is sell things and get more money so we can use that on later. On our later traders. We don't actually need these braziers. I'm going to sell them all. We also don't need enchanted dust, so I'm going to sell that. We've got 88 gold. We could use this to buy wall clay lamps or a clay safety standard or stuff. But no, we're just going to save it for the next one. As she's mining, you're seeing that we're generating some iron ore out of literally nowhere. Which is useful. But it's nowhere near as... Ooh, level 3 farmer. Does that mean pumpkins are now available? I think it does. It's awfully windy. Okay, yes, it's windy. That's unfortunate. But you should be pretty sheltered in there. Do you have... Okay, how many of those have you built already? 1. So who has that one? Probably the Lord. No. Nobody does. Cool. Still in an inventory. So I'm guessing that Azalin Freywind will harvest the rest of these turnips, then plant silkweed and carrots and turnips again. I'm also going to just teleport this quest storage over here, so it's a little bit more out of the way. And I'm going to move that simple wooden chair to there. Because I'm pretty sure they stole one to use in this building. Why didn't you just place it? You put it down right next to where it's supposed to go. We've already almost got 4 buildings fully done. Well, I say fully done. It's a little ways to go yet. Now, I could make an offhand stone hatchet, but I don't want any of my warriors to dual wield. It doesn't... There's not much point to it. I'd much rather they have the defence. I think all of my footmen are going to use a sword and shield. Eventually I'll equip them all with star steel from this... well, I've lost track of where it is. From this meteorite over here. But that is an expedition for a later date. Could also sell some seeds, but I don't think that's particularly a good idea. Let's also sell those goblin skulls. We could sell some of these, and that would give us some pretty good money. because they want some common fuel, which I think that is. So let's just sell 10 of those for some 30 gold. I'll keep the rest because thatching materials are useful. And let's go back to the herbalist lab. Craft up 4 more of these. And we're just going to keep on crafting these until we have what we need. One slight issue with the location where we're building is that it's harder for us to get clay. Just basic clay, not the pre-made stuff. And we need some of it if we want to make the exploration garden or any more planters. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Ooh, it'd be easier if we were down here because then you can dig into this hillside and make it, but we're already on the max level of dirt, so I'm just going to have to dig a little hole, which I'm going to put right there. Should be relatively out of the way. And just that 4x4 should generate us some clay. Hopefully. Is that 2 bits of clay? No, it's brown coal. There's some clay. Oh, well done, guys. Okay, it's fine. He's already come to build the ladder. Ooh, what's that? Bone material. Oh, that's cool. I'm also going to get them to dig in a little bit so we get a bit more clay. Just for when we need it. Because you can count on us needing it. It is very important that we have clay so we can make these tiny chunks of dirt, which we can use in the exploration garden and to craft large planters, which are much more efficient. In fact, I want to craft 4 of those, at least. Right, this is going to be April Brightmore's bed, and this is going to be Rose Lessel's. I think all of our Hearthling warriors now do have a stone maul equipped. Yes, they do. Which is good, because I'm about to make a gamble. This video is going to be a longer one, it's going to be just over an hour. Because at the end of this episode, we're going to go and fight the bears. I will allow myself a single reload of a save, so I will save before we go and attack them, just in case it goes badly. And if it does, we'll wait until we have armour. Oh right, there's a second bed. That one is going to be for a medic patient. Okay, we're actually making a good amount of food. Right, so 7. They're all going to patrol? Yes, they are. Save game as Solhaven. And then Brown Bear. Attack. Ooh, level 2 herbalist. That is good. Now she can make the chunks of dirt, which we will need to get more dirt for. More clay for, I mean. So let's just slice our way down and get some more that way. I want to go and start mining out the rest of that, but we don't need it. Oh, right. The combat has begun. There are 2 bears. Okay, I don't think I needed to be as worried about this as I was. Especially because this gives us bear pelts, which are very useful. Where's the cub? Those bones will be coming in very handy. Okay, that was nowhere near as worrying as I thought it would be. Ah, no, our lord is injured. A scratch. It will only last for a day. Okay. It could have been a lot worse. The rest of our guys are only lower on health, not with any actual injuries. Let's just mark this entire area for disassembly. And that should also get us a decent amount of clay. Okay, so the bears have been dealt with. We're currently, for a brief time, safe in our little area. We've got silkweed planted so we can get a weaver. We've got bone material so we can get a weaver. I'm going to craft that up. Oh, we need a bundle of fibre, so we will need the silkweed to be grown and harvested before we can do that. A shepherd's crook. I'm not going to get one of those. I don't really feel the need for a shepherd at the moment. What is needed is the herbalist to craft up. Okay, the exploration planter has been crafted, so it should be placed very soon. Yeah, here we go. Now, what's special about this is that it allows the herbalist to learn more plants. Because you can see that there's so many different herbs that we can use, but we can't until we've unlocked them. Now, I want to unlock a noxious herb and a robust herb, and I think the best way to do that is with the native herbs. Because native herbs that we can find, what we really want is... Daisies are not very useful. Daylilies could be, because they grow quite quickly. Native. Oleanders will be useful. They're native crops and gives us noxious herbs, so we can use them for antidotes. Nightshade likewise. There should be a robust one somewhere, because we need robust herbs. Okay, for robust herbs we might need to go down the exotic route. But we can't do that until our herbalist is level 4 anyway, so that will have to do for now. Mason, how close are you to level 3? About halfway. Okay. Ooh, but that's good. Yeah, let's make a stone training dummy. That'll be very, very useful, because it means that our footmen and our lord can level up to level 3 without actually being in fights. They can just go and train. We've got this mission done, which means we can use clay to do 2 water wells. But I think this video has reached the end of my time, so without any further ado, I hope you've enjoyed this episode and look forward to seeing more of the colony of Solhaven. I've been Sol, this has been Stonehearth, over and out.